Hi there, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, there's two things that we need to talk about. We're going to talk about the movie in just a moment, but let's first start talking about the promotion of this movie. A lot of times when movies are coming out, we see the trailers, and we know that movies are coming, and we see a little preview. We're up to, I believe, our third trailer for Batman vs. Superman. The new Captain America Civil War trailer just dropped today. So you always see different parts of the trailer, and I'll be the first person to say sometimes the trailer gives too much away. But then there's a movie like 10 Cloverfield Lane where the one and only trailer dropped about a month ago, and then all of a sudden was like, hey, is this like a sequel to the original Cloverfield? Like, what's going on here? I think the promotion of this movie was so great because you kind of go into it not knowing a lot about it. Like, you didn't hear about this movie being in development. You didn't hear that this movie was being filmed. Completely under the radar, and I loved it. Directed by first-time feature director Dan Trachtenberg and produced by J.J. Abrams, the same person who magnificently brought Star Wars back to the big screen last December, this movie is extremely entertaining. Now, I know I'm usually the first person to say producer credits on a movie don't usually matter because a lot of times we've seen great directors be tied to lackluster movies in a producing role. So, for example, Quentin Tarantino produced Hostel Part 2. Christopher Nolan produced Man of Steel. Not necessarily what I would consider great movies, but they tie their names to it, and then everybody gets excited. And usually I tell you not to fall for that. I'm going to modify that. If you see that J.J. Abrams is the producer, feel free to get excited. This movie stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead, John Goodman, and John Gallagher Jr., basically three central characters in this movie. Now, I don't want to give a lot away, so I'll just expand on what you've probably already seen in the trailer just a little bit. We meet this character played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and she's driving frantically away from a situation. Looks like maybe a breakup. Anyways, she's in an accident. The next thing you know, she wakes up, and she's basically in the cellar, and she's being looked after by John Goodman's character. Now, what's going on? What's happening? Check out the movie and see. What you need to know is that the three performances in this movie are very good and that they're very strong. Is this a sequel to Cloverfield? Is it a prequel? How does it tie in with Cloverfield? Again, you know, what I'll say there is, again, check it out because nobody told me and I don't want to ruin it for you guys. So why should you go and see this movie? I'll give you a couple of reasons. Number one, John Goodman, such an underrated actor. Here is a guy who can go from completely psycho in his face to completely jovial in his face in just a second. 1 minute you're like, okay, should we be scared of this guy? The next minute his smile completely lights up his face and it's like, this guy would make an awesome department store Santa. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she looked familiar to me when I was looking at the movie and I'm like, where have I seen her from? A quick check of IMDb, you know where I've seen her from? She played John McClane's daughter in one of the Die Hard movies. So she knows a little something about kicking ass and taking names. John Gallagher Jr., new to me, extremely decent actor in this movie. You're going through this and you're thinking to yourself, and again, going back to the trailer, is there something going on outside of the world that our characters need to be afraid of? Is there not something going on? Like, what's happening? This movie is very solid. It is extremely enjoyable. Again, the promotion for it was really good, but the promotion's only good if the movie lives up to the promotion or, you know, minimal promotion, and this movie totally does. It's one of those movies that's like completely under the radar, but you check it out and you're like, wow, I'm really glad that I had the chance to see this. Awesome performances all around, awesome movie, very suspenseful, very enjoyable, and I definitely recommend that you check it out. I give this movie a B+. I've said a lot without saying too much, I hope. But again, don't want to ruin it. Don't want to give too many plot points away. Just an extremely enjoyable movie with three extremely talented actors, a great first-time director, and a phenomenal producer. What more could you want? I hope you get the chance to check out 10 Cloverfield Lane. And if you do, please let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter. Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you, as always, taking the time to check this out. If there's other movies you want me to be reviewing, please let me know. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and as always, I'll see you at the movies.